Well, hello everyone. It is Lisa Harden coming to you live from a beautiful, chilly winter day in Boise, Idaho. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. One of the things that means is that I sell all of the beautiful products we will be using today. We are going to focus on thank you cards today using, let's see, three different stamp sets with additional products. And we are focusing on stamp sets because we are coming into the few days of giving, especially. And we want to thank the people that have taken their time and money out of their budget or time to make you gifts or stop by and say hello. We want to thank them with our creative outlet of paper crafting. Okay. So I will be talking you through the products. I'll be talking you through the projects. This is a free class for you, but I also have different fee-based classes, other free ways to follow the Stamping Zoo, and we'll be talking about all that in just a few moments. Okay. So let's just pop down. We're gonna go ahead and just start a card, right? I have some of the things prepped, but let's talk about the paper we're going to use on one of the cards, two of the cards. We're going to use this paper. So Stampin' Up! Came out with three different new designer series papers. Oops, let me get you straightened out here. There we go. They came out with three new designer series papers in the last couple of weeks, and they are existing designs that are now, well, that were retired, but refreshed with new color combinations. And they are really fun. I don't even remember some of these patterns, but they're just as great as they were the first time, apparently. This particular one is called Refreshed Beauty. And as you can see, I've been chopping into it, but I just want to show you the different patterns and colors. When this first came out, I think it was probably called Blackberry Beauty or something like that. And it was very rich. I think it had some gold embossing on one of the sides. This was the piece that I remembered. I also remembered this paper because Blackberry Bliss is like, oh, do I have to choose a favorite? If I had to choose a favorite, it would be Blackberry Bliss. So anyway, that may make it familiar to you again. And as I said, it was gold embossed. Now look at all of this. They've come out with all of these brights. We've got some peach pie, lemon lolly, granny apple green, flirty flamingo. Oh man, this is pretty. I like this. It's very much, it's acorns, and it was in the fall, some fall releases. It's very much acorns, all those fall things, but probably in lemon lime twist and granny apple green. But then here's a very cool botanical and same color combo. So as we go along here, there's thistles, but in flirty flamingo, and that's probably peach pie. I don't have the colors in front of me. It doesn't matter because they're all fun, right? And so I laid them all out here, and here are all of the patterns in this packed paper. They're so fun. And as much as we love Christmas things, these are new and fresh and non-Christmas colored, right? That's kind of nice. We love Christmas, and now we're ready for all things new and non-Christmas. Okay, and the sets I'm going to be using are some new and some existing and some pre-order. All right, this is Spring Corners. This is a pre-order, and it's a bundle. So remember, when you buy any products that are bundled, either dies and stamps or punch and stamp, when they are new releases, you can get 10% off when you purchase them at the same time. Now we have used this. We made this card, which I thought was really fun. It ended up being pretty fiddly, but who cares? It's what I do. Naked. Okay, well, anyway, we started on it. And I cased the catalog on this. So anyway, there's lots of different options. You can go as detailed or as simple as you would like. My idea for today to use this is somewhere in the middle. Okay, and then all the great dies, though. Here are some more corners. As you can see, the sentiments are made to go into the corners or be at 90-degree angles, however you want to present them. And then you've got all these extras. these corners. This could be the sun, or you can use them separately, right? The hearts, of course, the balloon, flower, and then a freestanding flower that pops out the negative space. So you could die cut a circle and then put this in the middle, and then you would have a circle with the negative space left on that really fun pattern. So there's that one. Then I'm using an existing bundle from, I think, the annual catalog, and this is a punch bundle called Labeled with Love. I call this kind of a stamp set very approachable. It's easy to just pick it up and go. Okay. And there are a lot of different options. It's all occasion. It's you are loved. Enjoy today just for you. Thanks, friend. Happy birthday. And then a to from for a tag. So this is going to transport or translate very easily into a thank you card. And it has got a coordinating punch. We don't want to miss that. And then finally, I am going to use a new stamp set with an existing set of dies. Longtime friends, this is also pre-order from the new mini catalog. It is, as I said, it doesn't have dies, but it's so beautiful. And I just think it's really fun. The sentiments are, I couldn't have picked a better friend. So happy to have you in my life. Here's to lifelong friends and thinking of you, friend. And I am very happy and very lucky to have so many lifelong friends in my life. And so I'm going to make them cards and I can't wait. And then I am pairing that with a die cut from Perennial Postage. Perennial Postage, there you go. Also from the annual catalog, I think, or carried over. Anyway, it's available. And it's very, as you can see, lots of kind of nested dies, all with this sort of vintage postcard feel. So that too is kind of a must have. All right, let's see, where do I want to start? Let's start with Labeled with Love. Okay, and I have another designer series paper that I will bring in on one of the cards. And it is also a designer series paper that got refreshed. So that's the one. It's called Shades and Hues. I don't remember it. It's like it was brand new to me. You know, there's that saying online where it says, let's be friends until we're old and senile, and then we can be new friends. It's like, yeah, okay, I get that. I'm already at that point, not with friends, but with different things. Okay, so for this card, I am going to use a basic white thick. And I thought about bringing this in, but then I decided I was going to use the back part of it. We could definitely do that. Or I was kind of thinking of more tonal and then coloring a couple of the butterflies and making them be kind of the pop feature of the card. We'll see. I'm casing a layout from our website, not necessarily not the colors, not at all. But that is always a great kind of way, a jumping off point to start your creating is if you're in a bit of a funk, if your mojo's kind of slow-mo, then just go to the catalog or come to one of my videos. Okay, I only have like 300 or something like that. And so just come and watch, rewatch, replay a Stampin' Up! Video. And I am happy to help you out. All right. You may be watching this on Facebook. You may be watching this on YouTube. You may be watching this as part of a direct link from a Pinterest view. However you made it here, I'm glad you're here. And I hope you enjoy it so much that you would like to like, share, and subscribe. When you do that, I know it doesn't cost you anything, so you feel it has no value, but believe me, it has lots of value to the Stamping Zoo because I am just a little small business of one lady and two little dogs. And I got to be honest, they're not very helpful. So I could use all the help I can get. And so when you like, share, and subscribe and comment, it does a couple of things. It makes me very happy. And then I get to converse with you and answer your questions. And secondly, it lets the world of algorithms know that, hey, we're out here, we're watching. Something fun's going on over here. Take a look. So again, I do appreciate all of that. It never gets old. It never gets old. Okay, and so on we go. Now I have stamped, there's an outline piece that coordinates with the shape of the punch. And then on the front, I'm going to put "You are loved." And on the inside, I'm going to put "Thanks, friend." You could also mask off the friend part and just use a very simple thanks. You can handwrite the thanks. Not everything has to have a sentiment on the front. Now I haven't thought about, oh, what colors do I want to use? Let's grab our color wheel. I honestly haven't set this up. I didn't think of the colors that I wanted to use. I want this to be, I know right now, I want this to be what we call complementary. So we want, because I want it to pop, and I'm just kind of a fun, bold contrast kind of card maker. And so I know that if I pair colors that are opposite each other on the color wheel, I am going to get that. Okay, so with that, let's look at Flirty Flamingo. Okay, and you can, it's not a fine science. It's color theory. So you can do you. But I am going to kind of put Flirty Flamingo in the middle of my little zone here. And then, well, no, actually, let's do it. Here we go. So it says triadic. So I'll kind of put it in the middle. And then I can see that to make it, oh, I'm sorry, you guys. I was right the first time. Complementary. That's what I thought. We'll do triadic later. Okay, so complementary. If I want to choose complementary colors, then I need to choose across the color wheel. Okay, yes. So I already know that I can choose these colors like Lost Lagoon, Shaded Spruce. That sounds fun. And I am also going to add a yellow. I'm probably going to add, we will add the yellow on the butterfly. So let's see. I'm going to stamp "You are loved." Let's stamp that in Pretty Peacock. Let's just be bold. Pretty Peacock is pretty bold. This finger hurts. I'm sure if you are a regular viewer, you've been following the saga that is my index finger. It doesn't hurt really anymore, but it doesn't have full functionality. And it is coming back to life. Thank goodness. KZ was right. It's going to come back to life, but it still feels like it's asleep. So, okay, let's put the "You are loved" in here. I'm going to put it up towards the top so I can hopefully perch one of the butterflies down towards the bottom at an angle. And I'm not in love with how that's stamped because here, I'm going to mess it up on purpose. I'm going to take this stamp. Here's one of the methods for getting a better image. Okay. So with photopolymer stamps, as we know, sometimes they have a film on them that kind of resists inking, which sounds crazy. They should have a film on them that encourages inking, but be that as it may, probably happens in the manufacturing process. So we are going to get a little bit better image on that. Plus, Pretty Peacock is so striking that I want it to be loud and proud. She does not, that baby doesn't hide in the corner. Nobody puts Pretty Peacock in the corner. The other thing we can do is we can bring in our piercing mat. And you can also just see it. The ink is more of a solid than kind of bubbled up. And there we go. Much better. Okay. We'll keep Pretty Peacock on deck. We'll probably end up coloring a little bit with Pretty Peacock. And I'm changing out. Where'd my chamois go? Here we go. It's not supposed to be on the left of me. It's supposed to be on the right of me. To the right front. And when it's not, it may as well be a mile away. I lose track. Okay. We're going to stash "You are loved." And I'm going to grab that other one that was on here before I lose it. Okay. Now we can just take our punch, and of course this punch, you could orient it horizontally or vertically. It's great either way. You can layer it on itself, mix and match with other punches or dies, and so forth. And so there's our sentiment. Oh, I like it. Let's see how it's gonna, oh yes, that pops all right. Okay, so now let's do a couple of butterflies. These have to be fussy cut. Sorry, y'all. But they're easy to fussy cut. There's all sorts of stuff crashing on the other side. Don't mind me. Let's stamp them in what kind of a neutralish color, but and then we'll color in flamingo with a little bit of, we'll do a little bit of Lost Lagoon because Lost Lagoon's kind of a color buddy with Pretty Peacock. So I don't think we can really go wrong. It's like the subtle, it's the subtle little brother to Pretty Peacock. Let's just stamp them in it and see how it looks. I don't know. Green butterflies? What is this world coming to? Well, when you stamp in paper craft, you can make whatever you want. Oh, and now this one has, I'm going to do this little technique and see what we come up with. This one has a two-step stamp in it, which is that you can, so we stamped the lines of the butterfly, and now we're going to stamp the body. This is the full body. So again, I want to kind of look through the stamp and make sure I got a pretty even image. And I definitely want to use the piercing mat because this is a large surface area. That's going to dry back a little bit, so it won't be quite as neon colored as it looks. Trust me. Okay, and then I think that's kind of fun for now. Yeah. Let's bring in some Wake of Stella because why wouldn't we, right? And let's color these little gossamer wings. I was thinking maybe I wanted to put some different colors on the wings, but I don't know. They turn out, well, they'll be pretty. What other color? Oh, I wanted some yellow. I don't know that I can get some yellow in it that way. You know what? We're going to turn it over. We're going to try again. Okay. This time, though, I do think I'm going to stamp in the pink. Only the outside. It's my prerogative. I can stamp what I want to stamp. It's a horrible variation of a song from my somewhat youth, right? Yeah, I'm still using the same piece of paper. Why not? This is quality cardstock, and if the blends bleed through, they will only bleed through to the back side. So we're good to go. All right, now I am going to bring in the blends. Let's do a light flamingo. Daffodil Delight. And then let's grab that Lost Lagoon again because we're going to give it a nod to Pretty Peacock. The Pretty Peacock blend is pretty intense. So, oh, that's nice. That's pretty, I almost said. Hold on with the pretty. Not everything is pretty. Since this is my lightest color, I think I'm going to come in with it first and do somewhat of a center and then come out a little bit with the pink. And then end with just a touch of the Lost Lagoon. Not a lot, but iridescence really does have a lot of green in it. And so we can say that this is the iridescence part of the wings. Like I'm even going to try and do these dots. What possessed me to do that? I don't know. Okay. I'm gonna now these blends have two different tips on them, right? They have the bullet point and the brush. Okay, and then actually I'm gonna come through now with the yellow. You can do this. I'm gonna come through and I wanna blend it so that everything's kind of gonna be covered with a little bit of yellow, but it doesn't destroy it. Oh, I like this. I'm glad we went this way, this direction. Okay, that's really fun. Looks reminds me of sherbet. Isn't that neat? Look what we did. Okay, it's a good thing I didn't have a certain thing in mind because I would have never come up with that. I wouldn't have, I tell you. Okay, let me see if I can make this not so much of a line. So I'm kind of dabbing the color on instead of, I think the first time I kind of drew a line. And then let's come back in with the yellow and we're going to coat everything. And it's very fun. Chose the yellow because it's the lightest color. Kind of wiped out my pink. Well, not really, but it's okay because I can add more pink just by coming back in here. Right? And the added benefit of coloring on the glass mat is that the blends don't dry immediately. And so you have more time to blend the colors with each other. They don't, it's harder. They still will blend when they're dry, but it's harder to do it. Oops. So you have more time, and these have to be, oh, I think this is my dry Wink of Stella. Don't ever throw those away because you can, there's lots of different ways that you can revitalize them and bring them to life and make them different colors. Okay, so then we're going to come in. This is just a glitter pen. If you don't have one, oh my gosh, you need to place it on your next order because it makes everything that much better. We like a sparkle. And I can see here, my blends did exactly what they were supposed to do. They actually blended a little bit outside of the lines, but guess what? I'm going to fussy cut it. So if I don't like that, I'll just get rid of it that way. Okay, that was super fun. I'm glad I turned them over. Yeah. Okay, get ready. This is going to be so fast. My fussy cutting is so fast. You won't even be able to follow my fingers. There might be some flames coming off of it. We only fussy cut simple items in front of others here. So, all right. So today is the 22nd, you know, Christmas Eve, but I bet a lot of you are busy. I'm guessing a lot of you will pop on later at night on replay, and that's okay too. I see you out there waking up middle of the night just long enough to watch a little TV and put you to bed. Not TV, paper crafting. I'm not on the TV. Thank goodness. I don't even want to think about how complicated that would be. Now, look, I'm going to cut the head off. I know. We're doing a little dissection because I am not going to fussy cut the antenna. That would just look goofy. This is probably how most of you cut because I am left-handed, but I am using my right hand as my dominant cutting hand. And that is because all of you right-handed people, when you were in grade school with me, you all had the good scissors. And there was always like one crappy pair of green-handled left-handed scissors. And even then, I knew these are not good quality because they'd been around since probably Jesus was a child. They'd made every left-handed person use those scissors, and they were really not very good anymore. And so I adapted, right? I was like, I want the quality scissors. And I'm guessing they didn't even sell left-handed scissors in a store at that point. It's all right. This is what left-handed people do. So, but sometimes I'll mess you up if you're watching me and you think, why is she using her left hand for that? That looks weird. Well, it's because to me it's not. That's the prettiest combination. I may have to write that down, that color combination, right? Light, Flirty Flamingo, Lost Lagoon, and Daffodil Delight, and color over everything in Daffodil Delight. Fun. And then color, of course, with Wink of Stella. That's the little added bit. Yep, just looks like rainbow sorbet. That was my jam when I was a kid. We had this little place, drive-through place that my mom and I would go to sometimes, and she'd probably get a Coke or something like that, and I always got an orange sherbet in a cone, and it was always delicious. I even then, I guess I liked tangy, slightly sour things. Don't get me wrong, you put some ice cream in front of me and I'm gonna eat that too. So I had to go to the grocery store this morning. I was so pleased at how not busy it was. I got in and out of there running around. And so I'm hoping that my luck carries over because tomorrow I really want to go to the post office and get some catalogs in the mail for some of you. And here's my thinking is, of course it's going to be easy because everybody's already panicked and sent their things, right? Tomorrow's the 23rd. If you haven't sent it, it's not getting there for Christmas. You're working on January stuff. So if you're waiting for a catalog from me and if you didn't have a class with me this month, then I don't think you have your catalogs yet. I meant to send them out in the mystery boxes, and I was a dodo bird and didn't do it. I was so excited about all the mystery stuff in the mystery boxes that I got sidetracked. Squirrel. And so anyway, that didn't happen. But rest assured, you're getting them. And if you have not shopped with me before or haven't shopped with me in the last 6 months, and you're thinking, well, I would like a new mini catalog and a celebration flyer, then you just need to drop me a private message or email me at thestampingzoo@outlook.com, and I will be more than happy to put something in the mail for you. I am going to cut a piece of white that's the same measurement as that, which I think is 2 by 3, because I want to pop it up. We pop it up around here, 2 by 3. Very good, Lisa. So I want to give it a little bit of support so it doesn't cave. Okay, with the fantastic paper trimmer. I not only love that paper trimmer just because of functionality, but its size is just perfect. I am working in kind of everybody probably always wishes they had more space, right? But I'm in a smaller desk. And so anything I can have that helps me out, that's perfect. Okay, nice, pretty. And oops, wait a minute. Okay, see, if you use liquid, you have a little bit of squish time to move it around. And then, of course, I can trim the excess if I want to, but FYI, I'm not going to. Now, we already have to think about dots and dashes and all the pretty things. So let's see here. I feel like I want to use some ribbon because I'm a ribbon gal and I love the thought of this iridescent striped ribbon, just like a butterfly. Right? So we'll lean into that. We're going to lean into the iridescence And then, oh no, look, I have this much. I think I can make that work easily. And then since we're leaning into the iridescence, we're just going to go all into it with the iridescent faceted gems. In fact, these two things are part of a suite in the annual catalog. Such a fun one. It's a stamp set that's about friends. So, of course, I was all over that. And we used it in one of my Zoobilee classes, which is a monthly subscription class where all the fun product comes to you. I'm going to glue this down flat because I'm going to have the butterflies up on dimensionals and the bigger panel up on dimensionals too. So I want this down here. Yes, I want this down here. We're going to do butterflies coming from the bottom, ribbon at the top. And I'm going to put it at an angle, a jaunty angle, because that's how they had it on the website. And so I need a little help here. I need something to hold this for me. And since, again, as I told you, small business of one, so no problem. We'll just use an acrylic block, or in this case, a punch. Ooh, now I am trying to work with the bare end of this ribbon. Oh, we can make it work. I need my tweezers. Where are you? Uh-oh, I'm gonna have to do this little dance. Did I put them away? That was dumb. Here's some older ones, but they'll work. That was dumb. Don't ever put the tweezers away. I should wear them on, on a necklace around my neck. That'd be funny. I'm gonna turn this back this way. I'm just gonna do a simple knot, but I want to kind of get these ends going the direction I want them to go. I want them to come straight across, so I'm going to start them straight across. And that tells them, no, you're not going off to the sides. You're not going left to right. You are going left to right. And then, let's see here. Oh, so cute. And not much waste at all. And then I can start a new bolt of ribbon. That's always fun too. Okay. Cute. See how we're adding small details? Small details have big impact. Now, I'm going to bring these in, and I am going to put my nail right in the middle of them and give them a little bit of dimension as well. First, we will put this up on dimensionals. They are literally called dimensionals because that's what they do, but they're also adhesive, right? Perfect. So let's put this little guy up, get him rolling, and I'm going to put him under the ribbon just because they'll be fine. There's not much room there. Otherwise, try to put your dimensionals out towards the edge unless you're slipping other elements under there. So I am taking time off. I'm going to go in the office and work tomorrow. It'll be fun because I know that after tomorrow, that's the last I'm going to work unless some big emergency comes up. I don't think an emergency is going to come up, but I'm not working again until the beginning of the year. So guess what I'm doing with all of my time? That's right. I'm getting ready for celebration. Fun. Okay, now I'm snipping 2 strips of the dimensional border because it's just simply dimensionals as well. It's just not pre-cut. So these come in handy. Don't throw away your dimensional sheets before you've used every bit of it, because sometimes the outside part that's not cut is much more handy than the part that is cut. Okay, do we want to kind of have them? I like it. It just kind of works. I dare say my card is cuter than the card than the card on the website. That is not, it's not a contest. No, it's not. But that said, I like mine a little better. It's all right. They do everything else so well that I'm going to take this one. Okay, I'm going to take it. And finally, let's bring in our last bit of iridescent faceted dots. And I definitely saw my take your pick tool. I only have about 5, and it's because you really can't do crafting without them. They're so great. Add as many as you want. I am just going to add 3. I don't want to overstun the person that gets this card because it really is pretty. Oh, look at that. You are loved. And then, of course, right, we're going to put thanks, friend, on the inside, which I think I already blocked up. Let's put that in on Pretty Peacock. Let's bring that Pretty Peacock back. Okay. Pressure, because I'm not putting a liner in this card unless this doesn't go so well. You gotta make sure it goes okay. There's always a fix, but we don't need a fix because we've got a thanks friend. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Okay, let me clear the decks here for a minute. Get some of these things out of the way because we're gonna switcheroo. We have a different color combination, totally different feel to our thank you card. And that's the fun. That's the fun of all this stuff. Oh, okay. Well, let's see. Why don't I have space? Oh, here we go. All my blends, all my Stampin' pads have a home, right? Their own home. I couldn't find that one's home for a minute. It was stressing me out. All right, let's clear the decks. So I'm using the chamois to just clean my stamps. Lickety split. Can you guys hear that squeaking? Probably not. It's kind of the convenient part about recording with earbuds is that you guys don't hear when I drop blocks. I don't think you do. And you don't hear when I run the heat tool. So just remember that it's not this quiet when you're doing it at your own house. Okay? Or when you're at class. Oh my gosh. Class is loud and lively. And that's just the way I like it. It's laughing. It's people catching up. It's storytelling. And then it's where's our music? It's a lot of stuff. And of course, we're making cards too. So if you would like to come and join me for a class sometime in person, I'm in Boise, Idaho, or online, I am international. Okay. You cannot purchase product from me if you live outside of the US, but you can purchase my PDF tutorials and watch my videos and still be a part of the group stamping with a certain products and whatnot. So, and those video selections start as low as $10. So you can always ask me about that. That is the last. We're going to use that punch for right now, but I have used it a ton with the stamp set and without the stamp set for other things. So just keep it in mind. You've got birthday. This is a pretty little botanical that you stamp. You stamp the leaves and then the flowers just fit right in there. And because it's photopolymer, it's very simple to nest together. Okay. Oh, I love it. Can we do better? I don't know. Is the second card going to be as cute? Oh my gosh, the pressure. I'm not sure. Okay. I got to just give it a try and then you can tell me. So in the comments, please, as we finish, especially people like to wait usually, but as we finish, you can tell me which card was your favorite or which card you're going to make or what you would do. Okay. I love hearing the conversation. Okay. That's for our third card. This is our second card and we are using that Refreshed Beauty DSP again. Okay, we could very easily do that. Oh, that's a wowza. But I'm going to lean into this, the Lemon Lolly and peach pie. I'm going to make a fun fold that we just made in my Zoobilee class. So Zoobilee, as I mentioned, is a subscription or a 1 month. I offer it as both. The subscription gets some extra perks. It's a little bit less in cost every month. And after 6 months, you do receive a goodie bag of Stampin' Up! Products, about $25 in product. But if you want ultimate flexibility, you can just sign up for 1 month. So you will know the featured bundle that I'm going to use. You can purchase that from me, or you can purchase it from yourself if you're a demonstrator, or you can choose something else you would rather use, okay? And then I give you a written tutorial with photos. I give you access to a Facebook group, or I send the video links to you in a private link. And you get about $25 of product every month. And that is most of what you use to make your cards. But I also add cardstock. I cut things. I don't add any stamped images. That is a Stampin' Up! No, we don't do that. Plus, I don't want to, why would I want to do that for you? That is fun. So you get all the card bases and things cut for you. If there's dry embossing, I do that. And then you get the videos to finish off the cards. And again, make them your way or make them exactly as I've made them. And one more little piece of crafty community for you, because you're in a Facebook group if you choose. And so you guys can chat, show each other your pictures. I love it. I personally love that part of it. Okay, so this is a trifold card. Okay, it's an easy one. I'm just going to give you the measurements because I don't have time to make a separate video for this. This is 4 1/4 by 11. It's scored at 2 and 7.5. Okay, 2 and 7.5. And then both of these pieces are 4 by 5 1/4. I put the designer series paper up on another piece of peach pie. Same reason as we did the first card. It's actually going to open this way. And so I like the continuity of color. You could put another piece of DSP in here if you would like. Now I have a second piece of DSP. This measures 3 1/4. Let me make sure I got this right. This measures 3 1/4 by 3 3/4. Yes. This goes on the inner flap right in here. And make sure you get it the right way, because there's a 1/2 inch difference on each side, right? 3 1/4 by 3 3/4. It's just another opportunity to show off your beautiful paper. Then you have a card insert, 3 3/4 by 5. Okay, that we will eventually put in there. And then this is going on the front, and I'm going to use Seal Plus. But you only want adhesive up on this first part, right? So here's how I do it. I get this in place because you have a margin, right? I get it in place, and then I flip it over to the left. And so I know this is basically where it's going to be placed on the card. Then I can see where the flap is. And so when I apply my seal, go slowly now, because seal can rip your cardstock, because that's how strong it is. Then I can bring this right down here to the edge. And then I know that I'm not going over the panel that I don't want to go over. Because if you go too far over it, this is going to be a card that doesn't open. It's going to be a surprise card. And then hopefully I got this straight. Oh, I feel like I pressed down. No, I didn't. Okay. Hopefully, I was going to say. Now you want to look at the outsides to make sure you get your angles right, correct? And then you can burnish. Okay, so it looks like the regular card, but then just a bit of a twist. Oh, we love it. Okay, I don't even remember. Oh, yes, I was like, what image was I going to use? I didn't make these in advance. I just held them in my noggin. I had the idea. Okay, so spring corners, I'm going to use the corner stamp. And then on the inside, I'm going to use the corner sentiment. Thank you for everything. Now this this procedure I'm going to show you is very important for this stamp set in particular. Photopolymer stamps are wiggly, right? So if I took this and tried to get this on the block, it's probably okay, but it's very easy to pull it out. In fact, that's one thing we like about them is we can twist them around, but it's hard if you want them to stay exactly as they are meant to be. And the whole thing about this stamp set is they're 90-degree angles, right? So put it down like facing up as if you were going to put it on the block. And then that's exactly what you're going to do. I call it, or I say that you take the block to the stamp. Don't take the stamp to the block. That is very important when you're using photopolymer because then then the stamps stay in the orientation in which they were made. Otherwise, you may have a corner and you may not have a corner. All right. Now, on that note, let's bring in peach pie. I think it might be dark enough. If it's not, we're going to flip it over and we are going to use Granny Apple Green. Also, this sentiment is so large that I am going to pick that ink pad up and tap it in my hand. Okay, and see, I got it all over there, so just don't rock and roll this thing, okay? That means keep your keep your block up off of your paper. Let's see. It's not bad, but we're going to do it again. I like the intensity of the color, though. It's fine. Okay, so it's kind of the same thing that I was talking about earlier is we need to smush it. Since I've used this and it's going to have ink and then water on it, I'm not going to use the sanding block, but you can also, like when I finish this class, I will take this whole set of stamps and I will lightly sand it and then rub them off on the chamois because I think that's the fastest way to get the whatever film it is on the photopolymer stamps. I think it's the fastest way to get it off it's the fastest way to get rolling, right? Okay, so let's try this again though. We're going to stamp and then we're going to smush. And I even have the piercing mat underneath there. Mush it. Okay, so then let's bring our white cardstock in again. Okay. Let's see. Sometimes I like to stamp over on the other side, but that's okay. We can't do that. But kind of like when we colored the butterflies, it's not necessary because this ink is not going to bleed through. Okay, I'm going to go like one more time even. And let's try it again and see what we get. I'm also leaving it here for just a second. My camera did not freeze. Oh, so much better. Thank you for everything. Still a tiny bit spotty, but it's better than this one. So don't be afraid to just try it again. And again, like when you're in in-person class with me, you know that at your spot, there's a piece of grid paper. And I always tell you that I expect it to be filthy by the time you finish. Okay, and that's what it's for. It's for testing. Okay, so then that's going to go on the inside. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love that it's not your usual orientation. That in itself makes it really fresh and interesting to the eye. We're always trying to show our recipients all these new different things, right? And here's one more is it's a 90-degree angle instead of, usually they're horizontal, right? Sometimes we have them vertical, like this card. And sometimes we do both. Okay. That is quite pretty. And then see our designer series paper comes up there. And finally we have this. And so on this one, I'm going to do a smaller type sentiment, kind of like on the last card. So I can really see all of that beautiful designer series paper. Sometimes, you know me, sometimes I like to layer upon layers. That's like one of my favorite things. But sometimes I know enough that the paper's so pretty, I just want the paper to show off. Okay, so we are going to use this little piece. what did I measure this out? I really just measured it against the stamp itself and then gave it a little overage. So where's my, okay, one of the things that I keep telling myself to do is to buy like 3 more of these. Okay, so it's 2 by 2 3/4. So no measurements on the email, no email measurements on this. You're just going to have to come and get in this video over and over. And then we're going to put these tiny flowers off to the side and then probably embellishments, but then that's going to be it for the front. Okay, so let's see. Oh, but there's so many cute things. Look at that. This little dotty thing and these little like rays. They can come off of the die cut sun. That would be fun. Okay, I'm gonna take this off and put it back on. If I recall, yes, there we go. As I looked at it, I could see it curving off to the left slightly. That's no good. Now let me choose like the darkest. I think I'll do Granny Apple Green on this one. Now I have stamped this a few times because we made that other card. So let's see how it works. Again, I should be trying it on grid paper, but I'm not. I'm bad. This is a very small stamp. Oh, I didn't like that. I pushed too hard on one side. What do you know? She's got to flip it over again. I'm usually perfect, but I'm doing this for your benefit. No, I don't get hung up on that. Perfect is, I don't know. Perfect is nothing. Perfect is not real. So don't even worry about it. Okay, lighter pressure, Lisa. Not so heavy-handed. This is really a more delicate stamp, right? Okay, there we go. Look how cool that is. It's just like, just a little piece of something really fun that you need. And then, why don't I bring in Daffodil Delight? You could even color these. You know, there's a great ordering special coming. And there is an, I'm going to tell you about it in a minute, but there is an offer to get a bunch of Stampin' Write markers. And this would be the perfect little image. All of these really, you could color very easily with your Stampin' Write markers. And Stampin' Write markers have some fun techniques that you can do that you can't do with blends. So Stampin' Write markers are very handy. And beginning January 7th, there's going to be a way for you to get 2 packs of your choice, whatever color families you want, and a coordinating stamp set that's exclusive to the starter kit for Celebration. It's all in celebration of Celebration. You know what Celebration is. Celebration happens in January and February. It begins January 7th and goes through the end of February. And with every purchase in $60 increments, you get to choose some free exclusive product. And that is all part of that little celebration flyer that I said I was putting in the mail to lots of people. So keep that in mind. It's coming your way. I have been previewing items, and I actually have a huge 10-day preview series that's coming your way beginning January 1st. Why not? Let's start out the new year. And so I can't wait. Now, you know me. I'm not okay with that being stark white. So I'm going to bring in, oh, that's not right. I was going to bring in this box, but this box isn't empty. Let me see if I have another one that's empty. Here we go. Okay, this is the new splatter box because the old splatter box was so crazy inside. I couldn't even believe it. It was so splattered. I should have just kept using it because it really was quite interesting. Dark Daffodil Delight, and I'm taking the paintbrush end, okay, and I am going to splatter all over this. Now, if you don't like that, you know, it's random. It's whatever happens, happens. If you want a more controlled but very similar look, then just use this little stamp. Okay. But I like out of control. That's as out of control as my life gets. Okay. Let's be honest. So we like that. And again, dimensionales. We got to have some dimensionales. Boop. I come live every Thursday at 7 p.m. and every Sunday at 4 p.m. That is Mountain Time. That's my regularly scheduled times to entertain, inspire, and teach you. But, you know, sometimes I am not live. But if you like, share, and subscribe these channels that you're currently on, you'll know whether I'm live or not because you'll get these cute little notifications that tell you. Okay, now let's see. I'm thinking of these particular embellishments that came with the hot air balloon set suite. Where are they? Rainbow dots. Oh my gosh. I'm out of lemon lolly and I don't like the other ones with this. Oh, wait. We could use this. Peach pie. We can lean into peach pie. I like that. Okay, so rainbow dots, 162758. These are also going to coordinate very well with the terrific toadstools that are coming up. Again, I also previewed, I previewed those, and terrific toadstools is kind of a, you're going to want it because it is also going to have some celebration paper that coordinates with it. So if you purchase $60 worth of product, and then you can get the toadstool paper for free. And the toadstool paper is only going to be around through celebration, or technically while supplies last through celebration. So please don't forget, if you want the toadstools, I'd say like kind of put those towards the top of your list because you want to definitely, or if nothing else, then definitely get that cool paper. Look at that, 2 cards. I already need these thank you cards because remember, somebody in this house has a birthday on December 16th. And so I was treated so kindly. Oh, goodness. Oh my gosh. It's out of control, y'all. My chamois isn't very wet. And so I was trying to clear that off and it went crazy. One moment, please. It looks like we've been in a car accident. It's okay. I'll get you straightened out. Oh, my goodness. There arose such a clatter. When else do you use the word clatter besides now, right? So I gotta use it as much as I can. Because if I use that word like in April, oh, it was a clatter. People are gonna look at me like, what are you talking about? Clatter. But if I say it now, they're like, okay, yep, Santa, the whole Santa thing. Okay, here is our final card. We're going to do a little coloring, and I haven't decided of the color combo, so it could go crazy, y'all. But we are going to color that Lifelong Friends card. And I chose the Hues and Shades papers in Pool Party on a basic white, thick basic white. I always use thick for my card bases, and then I use regular white for my stamping, die cutting. They both work well for their intended uses, right? So anyway, this is cut with the perennial postage, right? And then this is just a beautiful piece of Pool Party in different shades. And I thought it would be really interesting to be the entire card, cover the entire card base. Because these girls, we're going to stamp these girls because this looks like my best friend, Katie. And I mean, this looks like me. Hopefully my hair will be that long sometime. That would be fun. I'm growing it out. I've never grown it out as an adult. And so I thought if I'm going to do it, I better do it before it looks weird, before it looks weird to have long hair. Like, is she unkempt or did she mean to have long hair? So before I get to that stage, if I'm not already, then I want to have some long hair. So let's see. Yes. Oh, it looks like me already. I got a ponytail. There's a ponytail back there. Now let's see. I'm going to grab a couple of these blocks and try and clear my deck. Whew. But my little fingers need a break. They've been flying. They need a break for just a minute. And so you know what we're going to do? We're going to talk about all things Stampin' Up! Because in the descriptions below, you may have already seen, but there's a lot going on here really beginning January 1st. You're going to see me online, and I'll definitely be sending you emails in between now and then. But beginning January 1st, yeah, it's all Stamping Zoo all the time. Your friends, your neighbors, that's all they're going to be talking about is, did you watch the Stamping Zoo yesterday? Did you read your email from the Stamping Zoo? Did you see Stamping Zoo on Pinterest, Instagram, and YouTube? Okay, so let me bring this in and let's chat a minute. If you are ordering any product with me right now, thank you so much. You know, that's just one more of the ways in which you help support the Stamping Zoo. You help me to bring you new product each and every week. And I appreciate that. It's very fun for me. I consider it an honor to be your demonstrator, and I hope I provide you with excellent customer service. That is my goal. And so on that note, I appreciate you. And one of the small ways that you can help is if your order is under $150, if you would please use the host code. This is the current one at the top of the page here. That helps me, as I said, to bring you new product. I group smaller orders and take some host benefits that may or may not be available at the end of the month. And then in that way, helps to defray the costs a little bit. And we still have lots of new fun stuff to look at. Okay, it is the 22nd, as I said. Guess what? Still time to send a gift certificate. I can even email a gift certificate to someone if you would like, with a pretty graphic, and then follow it up with a physical one. If you order a gift certificate now, if you want me to send it in the mail, I will send it in this really pretty pop-up gift card. I have different styles for you to choose from. And if you send a total of $50 or more in gift certificates by 12/31/24, you can earn a free embellishment from me. Maybe you want the pink and white or red and white peppermints. Maybe you want those. I have some. So please keep that in mind. These last couple of days, you can still shop, and you can shop whether you can just send me an email. I know you might be watching this at midnight on the 23rd. You can just send me an email, thestampingzoo@outlook.com. Tell me what you would like, and I will get a hold of you, and we will make it happen. Okay? So I'd be very happy to play Santa in that way. All right, here is what's happening for the January Zoobilee Crafty Kit. We are leaning into our suite of products that really celebrated Valentine's Day, but I'm putting a twist into it. I'm using a different stamp set. I thought this just looked different, fresh, more versatile. The other stamp set has lots of beautiful hearts. So if you don't already have hearts, you can create the cards I'm going to show you, but with the hearts, you can do slightly different patterns. I will be designing with what is called the Memorable Blooms stamp set and dies that you see here. That is going to be new on the 7th to customers. So can't even order it yet unless you're a demonstrator or you put it into a starter kit. But as I mentioned earlier, the Zoobilee kit includes about $25 of product. You're going to receive a half pack of this stunning, extra special designer series paper, and you get a bolt of this threaded twine. Hopefully it's out of stock right now, but I think it'll be back. And then finally, a full pack of the heart embellishments. A little hard to see there in the left-hand side, but you get lots of product. And as I mentioned before, all the cardstocks that you need to create 5 cards with me and 1 project, and you will have extra materials left over. Okay? You can view all the tutorials on your time. You can read the tutorials. You'll have unlimited access to the Facebook group until Facebook no longer lets us do that. So, which I haven't heard anything. Okay. The cost for this class is, you have 2 ways that you can join this club, this kit. You can just purchase it for 1 month, which is a $49 purchase, or you can go month to month subscription, which you can cancel anytime. but I only charge $45 in that case. And at the end of 6 months, 6 consecutive months, I should have said, if you receive 6 consecutive Zoobilee Crafty Kits, during the 6 month, I send you a goodie bag of product available, I mean, with beautiful Stampin' Up! Product, $20 to $25. Okay. And those are always really fun for me to put together, and you all seem to really like it. So join me for this class. It's going to be gorgeous. And if you don't want to make Valentine's cards, you can still make all occasion cards. These are just going to be beautiful cards. And what am I? I'm looking to see, like, is there a heart? There's probably a heart on the paper, but y'all, hearts aren't just for Valentine's Day, and there's all different kinds of love, right? So please keep that in mind. This is going to be a very versatile class. Okay, and we are getting back to in-person classes on Saturday, January 11th at 10 a.m. You make 4 cards using current Stampin' Up! Product. Cost is $20 or free with a minimum $25 order. And it will be really fun. It'll be all new stuff because beginning the 7th, again, we have new online exclusives, new mini catalog, and celebration. So I'm just going to pull out all the stops. You'll have so much fun at this class. I do only take 6, maybe 7 people. So register for this, and you do not pay until the day of class. Link is below. All right, here's the Bon Appetit Club. This is really fun. This is a fun, again, a month-to-month subscription kit. It is $10 per month, which includes your shipping. And we make recipe card. Every month, we make a 5.5 by 8.5 recipe card. Fits into a plastic sleeve that I provide and then into a binder that you choose. You purchase that, but I do have a couple of links for the binders I recommend from Amazon. And you can read more about this again by clicking on the link, and that's where you sign up. Okay, and I think if you go to the link, you can see the photo of the first month kit. And this is like our first month was November. So it's a new little baby here at the Stamping Zoo, but you all are really enjoying it. Oh, and we provide recipes, but they must be occasional or they must be tested recipes by you. And I will provide some of my own recipes, but I am really hoping that all of you, when you're in the club, that you provide your own recipes. So it's very fun. A little scrapbooking, a little memory keeping, a little card making. It's all in one. Okay, as I mentioned, celebration starter kits are going to be your way. Again, this doesn't begin until January 7th. Option 1 is you can choose $155 of product of your choice, anything that's current, for $99 plus tax. You can put that in a starter kit, and all that means is that you get a big box of product, and then for the next 7 months, 7-ish months, you can shop with a 20% discount, and you have no minimum to meet. You're on my team, and you get all the freebies that my team gets just for taking a chance on Stampin' Up! Because you won't be sorry. Okay, if you don't like that option though, you can choose $125 in product of your choice and receive, as I was mentioning, 2 of the 4 Stampin' Write marker sets. So they have 10 markers. So you'll get 20 free Stampin' Write markers and a stamp set. That is the better value. It's a $216 value. But if you already have the marker sets, then probably the best way to go is to get the $155 of product for $99. And again, that is a bump up. The normal deal is $125 of product. So they are at the very least giving you an extra $30 during celebration. And again, after the starter kit, you start earning celebration rewards with that discount applied. Okay. The discount gets applied when you purchase something on sale, when you are reaping all the benefits. Plus, you get free online access to all of the content that I make. So all of my fee-based classes, you get online access for free and much more. And again, guess what? You can read about it in the link below. Okay, so keep that in mind. And I believe that's it for now. Yes, it is. Okay. Oh, so much fun stuff coming, right? So I can't wait to do the Zoobilee kit. I've already designed just slightly, but It's okay because it's going to be fun. All right, let's take this lifelong friends and decide what we're going to do with them. I'm going to do the two girls, and then I'm going to tell you a little bit about my best friend, Katie. Katie has red, naturally curly hair, which is why she's the little gal on the right. And she is a hoot. Everybody who knows her likes her, I think. Well, I'm sure there's somebody who doesn't like her, but you know what? I don't want to know you if you don't like her. Um, so anyway, she's just I don't know who I'd be if I hadn't have had Katie as my best friend since the 7th grade. She's a very good listener. And I know she's very good because when I talk with her, I mean, when you know a good listener when you're talking with them, and she is one. And when she does that, then that has helped me try to improve my listening skills. So right there, she's made me a better person. But yeah, we have lots of fun together, and we're always laughing when we're together. And her kids love to see us together, and we just we get each other, right? That's a really nice thing. I'm trying to think, what color do I want to color these gals? We're going to use some blue, and we're going to use, somebody's going to be wearing some jeans, and we're going to use some petal pink. So why don't I do my test people in smoky slate? Because, oh, yeah, look at that. I haven't stamped this yet. Oh my gosh, it's so gorgeous. Well, that's what we're doing. That is beautiful. I do like a cling stamp. I like a red rubber stamp. In general, we use red rubber stamps when there's a lot of detail, and we use smoky slate stamps for two-step stamping and distinctive stamping. So they both have their own merits, but I like a red rubber stamp. Probably because that's what I stamped with for so many years. I mean, photopolymer is newer. We didn't always have that as a choice. And the other thing is they don't have any they don't resist inking when they're brand new. Like that was brand new. I've never stamped with it before. And you can see it's a beautiful, smooth image. So they're whatever the process is that kind of inhibits the stamping on a brand new photopolymer stamp, we don't have that in this one. And it's all good. It's a small price to pay for the versatility of photopolymer stamps, but I like a red rubber stamp. What can I say? I'm going to use that inside. Well, let's hold up on inside. How we color on the outside might help dictate what we're doing on the inside, right? Okay, let me get this big end out of the way. That's a big block. You can also put this on the Stamparatus or another precision placing tool. Whatever you use is good. And then let's start. Okay, remember how I have the grid paper for stamping? Well, I'm going to have this little swatch piece over here. And I think I'm going to make my jeans Misty Moonlight. And then I'm going to make Katie's dress. I mean, we can go anywhere with this. Ooh, let's get our color wheel out. I love the color wheel. The more I use it, the more I love it. Okay, so we have Pool Party in here. We can do Triadic. Let's see, Pool Party. Oh, yes. I think I want her dress to be Lemon Lolly. That helped me right there. Lemon Lolly for Katie's dress. Okay, here, that's going to be kind of difficult. You don't just color orange, right? But I'll do the best I can. And I am going to bring in, oh my gosh, look at this. Look at these babies. They're so cute. Look at this baby. Look at this baby. Okay, so I'm going to bring in the Naturals blends too, because we'll use that for the hair and the skin. She is like kind of translucent. She's a redhead, right? So she's going to be using like the 900 or 1,000, and I'm going to be more down in the 400, 500 range. So we got to watch that. Okay, now this is the dark. I'm just going to go for it. Let's see. Well, let's see. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just color. I'm going to color on them. The pieces that I know are kind of working out. So we're going to do triadic. We're going to do a blue, yellow, red scheme. Why wouldn't we? It already sounds beautiful. And Katie gave me some really nice things on my birthday, so this will come in handy. Now I'm just starting very simplistically. I'm coloring yellow light, lemon lolly light, and then I'm going to come in a little bit and add some dark shading here and there. If you watch Matosu, I'm sure when they color the stamp set, it's going to look like two actual people walking. Mine is probably going to look more like she's not a beginner, but you know. So however you like to do it, I'm going to apply a little bit more dark around the cinched waist because that's going to be causing a little bit of shadows. Okay, then this is like other side of it or the bottom, the underside. So I'm going to do a little bit of dark there, but otherwise that's it. You do not want to watch me agonize and color over this for 20 minutes. Plus, I do like to point out that you don't have to agonize over the coloring. Nothing's wrong. No colors are wrong. If you want to make your people any way you want, then just do it. Now, I could use the paintbrush point on my behind, let's be honest, but I'm going to keep using the bullet point. Yeah. So, oh, that's pretty already, but I am going to bring the dark in, and let's say this has little accents. You know, I'm fancy that way. So I got a pair of shorts that have, it's accented on the pockets and the cuff. Oh, look at Lisa. Look at her go. All right. And then hair. Boy, my hair has a lot of different colors in it right now. Let's do Katie's skin. That's more of an easy one. I already told you. She's in the 900, 1,000 range. Yep, that's her right there. Okay, that's 900. It's next to the lightest color. And I love that we have these naturals blends. We don't call them 900 anymore, but just know when you find the naturals, there's 5 different sets of 2, okay? And this is like the next to the lightest one. So it's going to be in the lightest set. She's so cute. And yeah, Katie loves Seinfeld. She keeps me well versed in Seinfeld dialogue. She reminds me in case I forget about who said what and when, or we like to use it in just everyday conversation with each other, which is I think hilarious. And lots of people just they know now that it's either something from The Office or something from Seinfeld. If we say it, there's 600. I don't think I'm that dark. I think I'm giving myself. I'm more of an olive color actually, but how about 700? Am I 700? I think I'm 700. We're going to make me 700. Okay. So this is the coolest thing about the naturals, right? I mean, first of all, you can color tons of animals with the 700s, but nobody is the same color. And I think that this was Stampin' Up's way of acknowledging that. Like, nobody is all the 900 marker, right? They just don't grab the 900 marker. Some people are the 100 marker, and it's nice that we have a marker to people want to see themselves in the projects you make for them. And so this is just one way that you can really personalize it. And you've got your people. Okay, I'm gonna have to remember that. This is 700 is me. I do think that looks like me. I might be a little more pale than I think I am, but I'm making myself 700 in this. And look how smooth my legs are. I've got no scars. I've got, they're perfectly shaved. I like this. I think I'm going to make this myself more often. I feel good about myself. That's fun. Okay, now color. Now my hair is a little bit lighter. So I might start with, let me see that 600 again. Oh, that's 600. No, that's 700, 600. I think it is. I like this color right away. And then I've got some more. What color is this one? 4. This is going to be dark. I'm not 4 anymore. I probably was 4. I was more 4 in my 20s. About 800. I don't think so. Okay, so I know that it's going to be more like 700. Isn't this funny? Doing this by the numbers. If you know, you know. If you don't know, you're like, what is she talking about? 700. So these markers, when they initially came out to us, they were just numbered 100 through 1,000. And so that's what I'm looking at. Unless that really dries. Oh, it's that color. Okay, I could buy that. Am I 3? No. I think I used to be 4. I'm definitely not. Am I 9? Am I the color of Katie's skin? Maybe. Okay, I think, let me see. I like to have like 2 numbers in between. Oh, 6 and 7. Let's do 5, 6, and 7. Don't do 7, 8, 9, right? That's scary. Why are all the numbers scared of 9? Because 7, 8, 9. No, why are the numbers scared of 7? Because 7, 8, 9. Okay, so I would start with, again, I am not well versed in this. I'm going to start with the highest number and then add low lights, right? So we're going to say like, this is my color. Again, this is, oh, I freaked out for a minute. I thought I was coloring on the final project. See, now that'll be really fun when my hair is that long and I can pull it back like that. Like a fancy girl. I'm a fancy girl. And then you can bring in the light again and like blend. I just need to know what I'm doing. And then what's this color? Oh, I like that one. That one probably. Okay, we're going to go for it. We're coloring my hair. Stand back. Okay, so again, I'm going to take the highest color, which is 700. I'm not going to color multiple times over the same area because these are fine lines. And remember what I told you on the last card, or when we were making the butterflies, is if you color over and over in the same spot, blends are going to blend and they don't adhere to the lines necessarily when they're blending. Here's the 6 and then bring in the 5. Okay. So then the 6 is, I'm going to kind of bring it in this way, and then I'll probably blend it in again with the lightest color, kind of like we did over the butterfly. Yes. Okay. And then finally, let's bring in this other color, the 500, and we're maybe going to have a little bit of that in the shadows, okay, in the dark spot by my bun. And we're not going to have it so much at the end. It's going to be more here. Okay, and I should put some here because, I pay extra for highlights and lowlights, so my hair doesn't have one color. So I may as well paint them in there. But see, you can paint your own hair however you like it. However you want to make it. Kind of like I made my skin like this really beautiful chocolatey brown. That's how you can be. Oh, look at, oh, Lisa, you forgot a little bit of hair right there. Okay. How gorgeous. Look how cute I am. Katie, I don't want to add a little bit of red, but I feel like one of these colors we were just coloring with is kind of a russety color, and that's not that one. Okay. Oh, what about this one? Oh, this is 1,000. I don't think so. 1,000 is like, I don't know, Nordic people. Yeah, that's pink. Did I use 500? 500 was in me. That's fine. But no, that's not a Katie color. Maybe it's this one. No, that's her skin. It's 900. I'll find it. That one's kind of reddish. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, that. And then those, no. And so I am going to, my hair probably turned out a little more red than it is, but we're just going to pretend. Okay, but then I am going to grab pumpkin pie. Don't kill me, Katie. I'm going to color you pumpkin pie. Okay. Just a touch. I want to use the dark. Probably it is the dark. It's not the, oh, no, I like the light. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. We're just going to do it. I don't know. I hope she doesn't turn out looking like a real, clown. But her hair's not that red, but I can't just color it again with a red pen. I mean, that's not going to work. So let's see. Maybe I will put this in like the base, like I did for the other colors, and then color over it. Hey, I think that's kind of working. Okay, so light pumpkin pie. We're going to cover over a lot of it, but God, we might have a marker that's Katie 400. Boy, that's dark. So that's going to be her shadowing. Just her shadowing here, okay, around her bun. And then she doesn't wear a bun, but her hair's so curly, it just kind of sticks to itself, So she poofs it up. She does this a lot. And poofs it up around the front. Okay. I don't know. That kind of looks like her hair. Not my coloring part yet, but see, I'm coming back in with Punky Pie. Katie, that's your hair. Okay, that's what we're doing it. That was more successful than I thought. Okay. Then when I see her again, I'll be like, oh, not so much. But in my mind, as I'm coloring this, I feel like I'm really nailing it. Okay, light pumpkin pie, but then she's not a clown. Okay, she's not just a clown. You don't just color somebody's red hair. That. I guess they could have their hair that color, but they probably use a rinse. If their hair is all one color like that, our hair is like a million different colors. Okay, and then what did I do? I came around here. That kind of worked. Came around there. And then, you're just kind of putting some little poofy spots, but I don't want to draw any lines. Oh, yeah, that works. Kind of just doing some dots. And then I'm going to do some more dots in the darkest. Do the dots. I think that's going to work for shading. And then I'm going to bring pumpkin pie back in. Pumpkin pie light. And these colors are buildable. So your pumpkin pie does get a little more intense, but also it's blending out those other colors. By George, I think she's got it. Okay. Well, I'm in love. This is such a fun set, especially if you're trying to color a friend of yours. Then you're like, oh my gosh, I'm coloring my friend. She's so cute. Oh gosh, I am just tickled to death with this stamp set. Can you tell? Yes. Okay, let's do one of the baskets, pecan pie, because pecan pie is such a lovely color. And we're not going to add a third color. We're going to add the red in my shirt and in the flowers. Red-ish, whatever that happens to be. Okay, oops, actually, up there. Well, we'll color the whole thing. This is kind of my technique, if you will. Color the whole thing in the lightest color and then come back with the dark. and then blend if you want to, but don't over blend or then you don't get any shadowing effect. So we definitely want shadowing effect in here because it is up against Katie's teeny tiny hip, right? And so then I'm just gonna do I'm just gonna go over the lines that the artist gave us. And then finally I'm gonna come underneath the rim of the basket. Looks pretty good so far. I'm gonna leave it. You know what? I'm gonna leave it because I want some of those stark contrasts. Okay, and then let's choose the color for my shirt. In real life, I wear a lot of these colors. Maybe cherry cobbler. That would be fun. Because then we can do some of the flowers. Cherry cobbler. Okay, let's check it out. Is it too much? It's intense, but I do love it with, no, I'm going to wear that. I don't want it to take away from everybody else, though. Let's see. Let me try poppy. You know what I really want is sweet sorbet, but sweet sorbet has retired and gone bye-bye. So now that, I think this is going to be fine because it darkens as it. Oops. Have I mentioned like 5 different times how happy I am to be back in my Stampin' Up! Business world? It's just good stuff. Okay, so light. Oh, that doesn't want to work. Dang it, I just reordered. And I just placed 2 orders this week. No more orders, but I am going to order a new Poppy Parade. My Lord, I hope that darkens up. Or I'm gonna have to color the whole thing in dark Poppy Parade. You could make the sleeves different colors. You could kind of color block this if you wanted to. So this is one of the beautiful things about this kind of a stamp set. And I like that it's the back of this. That's fun. Also takes the pressure off of coloring faces, right? But that's okay. It's easy enough to do that. I would bring you super close if I could while I'm coloring this, but when I use my streaming software, I do not believe I can do that on my phone. So don't worry, I will bring it up to you as I'm finishing this off. Yeah, I'm gonna like that actually. That looks good. And then of course we're coming in now. I have lots of curves. I'm a curvy lady, so I need some more dark shading. Okay, I need some shadows because I'm throwing a shadow, believe you me. Okay. And there's a little bit of shadow under my gorgeous hair. Wow. Hope I look that put together from behind. And then my basket as well. My basket can be one of the naturals. See, I shouldn't have put it away. What color is this? 300. Let's see that. 300. That's awfully dark, but we'll do it. I think it'll be fun. Or how about this? We'll do that, and then we'll bring in, is this 600? Let's bring in 600. As long as that's not the color that I am. No, I'm 700. Okay. My body on the stamp, that is. We're bringing in 700. We're doing just a funky little, this looks kind of like a woven basket or something. But we're making up a color. Ooh, fun. Okay. And then I want a little bit of Poppy Parade, of course. And we're going to be carrying the same kind of flowers. So, right, we have just been to the farmer's market. And it's been so fantastic that we both bought these flowers. And we are arm in arm because we're so happy to be together. I don't know that we're arm in arm, but we do hug. You know, we don't usually walk arm in arm. I'm not opposed to it. And actually, we probably will if I get much more wobbly, but it won't be because we're just so joyful and fun. It'll be because she's helping me stand up right. So, you know, got to keep that in mind. Arm in arm as you get older might be, let me give you a hand. Okay, fun. And now let me bring in some green. These are very loosely drawn. And so I'm going to kind of color in between them with, we're going to pretend there's like little lemon lolly flowers and then some green. Actually, let me bring the green in. Granny apple. This is the stage of coloring where you can use watercolor pencils. You can use the blends, 4 or 5 blends that you have, or you can just be like me and be grabbing all of them off of the shelf. So don't let your stash or your growing stash scare you away from getting this kind of a sketch set. And for that matter, you don't even have to color this image. I mean, this looks crazy, but you saw how beautiful it was. I was kind of gassed a little bit when I first stamped it. It's perfect just as it is. So don't feel like you have to do full color like I'm doing right now. Oh my gosh, that ended up so cute. And guess what we're going to do now? That's right. We are going to bring our pool party in. And we are going to, hopefully we're going to bring light pool party. I hope it's not. Oh yeah, it's nice and juicy. You can do this little trick and it's going to look especially pretty on this pool party designer series paper because we're going to come in here and we're going to put pool party around the images because this is kind of a scene, right? We're not making a scene. We have made a scene in public before, but we're not making a scene, but we're part of a scene. And so we don't want to be just on white because that doesn't look very realistic. Also, while I'm doing this, I want to grab that smoky slate. I want to grab light smoky slate. It's the color that I used to color them. You could use any color, all right, but we need a grounding line because we are also, unless we're in heaven, we are not walking on air. Okay. And it doesn't have to be fancy. Look at that. Like if I can draw it, you can draw it. Okay. So a little smoky slate. And then we're going to continue. I wanted to do that before I forgot about it. I'm going to continue with our kind of highlighting with I've got the brush tip of the pool party. And I'm not necessarily coloring. I'm just doing these kind of, what do I want to call it? I don't know. These movements where I'm just pulling it. And I will turn my image because I want the points to start with the image and then come away from them because I don't want to color this whole thing. I think that's a different look. You could certainly do that, but that's not what I'm going for here. What I'm going for is a little bit of accentuation of the images. I'm not trying to draw the sky or anything like that. Oh my gosh. Sometimes I look at a card and I'm like, did I make that? Seriously? Because that's super cute. I think this is the case. I will put this up on dimensionals. I don't even think I'm going to put embellishments on it. It's adorable. And then inside, I'm going to put one of the sentiments because they're so beautiful. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to give this to Katie. Look at me, Katie. I'll be like, Katie, look at your hair. Good thing I recorded this so I can go back and remember the numbers that we are, the colors. I'll be like, Katie, you are light punky pie. That my hair came out more red than it really is, but isn't this fun? Look at it. I mean, check it out. I could even go over it. I'm tempted to go over it, but I'm not going to. Just leave it, Lisa. You're cute as you are. You know, I'm just kind of leaning into the pattern that's right behind me, right? This kind of paint swatch pattern. And there is our card. And let me get a few of those things out of the way so I don't mess up my stamping. I was going to stamp this inside, but you know what? Oh, if I do, it'll be second generation. So now that I've stamped this, I know better what we could do on the inside. I couldn't have picked a better friend. That nails it on this. I couldn't have picked a better friend. And I want to see what it looks like, right? So let's use the blue. Let's use Misty Moonlight with the yellow in the background with lemon lolly flowers. They'll come out really light. So let's see how this stamps. Oh, it stamps like butter. Just like butter. Okay? Don't even need to practice, but I suggest it. Okay, do some little even taps. Don't make out with your stamp. Don't smash it down as hard as you can. This is not an exercise class, okay? Not that kind of exercise. It's a different kind of exercise. It's more fine motor skills. Aw, couldn't have picked a better friend. Kind of like how we picked the flowers at the market. See what they did? It's punny, but it's not funny or slapstick. And then we are going to stamp. Now, please remember, you can add this. You can get a starter kit today if you want to just start early and you want to get some things. They won't arrive before Christmas. But if you're like me and you're going to take some time off, then you can get some product and play with it before it goes live to all the customers. Everything's still available in inventory as far as I know. So if you are just jonesing, you can just start earning your discount today. And you don't get that special that we talked about that's only for celebration beginning January 7th. But that's okay because you can still get a great deal, which is $125 a product for $99 plus tax. You get to choose any of these things in the pre-order, and that's online exclusives, mini catalog, and then after your starter kit, you begin to earn celebration rewards. So like I've been earning celebration rewards for weeks now, right? So pretty fun. Pretty fun. Okay. Oh my gosh. I think I'm kind of heavily in like with our cards. You don't need to ask me which is my favorite because this is so personalized. Oh, I love it so much. Okay. So here are 3 different ideas for thank you cards, which you should be making. Okay. We thank people because those are the kind of people that we are. And so I'm holding you to that standard, right? Because if you're watching this, you already have some supplies. So get your friends' cards made. I couldn't have picked a better friend. Then you've got this one. And for these 2, we used, well, for all 3, we used the special release designer series paper, Shapes and Hues over here, and Refreshed Beauty over here. You can find those online in my store at thestampingzoo.com and then hit the Shop Now tab. And this is that beautiful little Spring Corners stamp set. That is a preview of a product in the mini catalog. This is Lifelong Friends, also in the mini catalog. And again, there's the images for that one. Spring Corners has some great dies, and here's the images for that one. Or you can just go with a tried and true, been out with us for a while, labeled with love. If you don't have it, oh, well, what are you waiting for? Christmas? Well, come on, get it. Here is the punch and the stamp set that goes with that one. And of course, that's when we had fun coloring those butterflies, those rainbow sherbet butterflies. And thanks, friend. So glad to have these. I'm probably going to use these as my templates. Well, these 2, I'm going to use as my templates. and send somebody a fresh, springy thank you card for thinking of me during all of their beautiful gifting. All right, everyone. I wish you a very Merry Christmas. I will not see you before Christmas, but I will see you the day after Christmas. Okay. So please plan on taking a break with me. And again, go down below this video, scan the description and the links. I've got all sorts of events going on in January. And as I said, I don't think I showed you the graphic, but beginning January 1st, I have a 10-day series, and it's going to be on my email and all my social media sites. So I will not be showing every project on every social media site. Okay? So here's the hook is you need to be signed up for all of my social media sites and my email in order to receive and collect all 10 projects. This is all about celebrating celebration. So while we'll be using the celebration products, we're also going to be using some of the pre-order products from the mini catalog and the online exclusives that all release on the 7th. So I'm going to help you decide what you would like right before they go live, and then a little bit after. Okay. And there'll be little prizes I'll be giving out and some little contests you can do. But in order to do all of this, you do need to be registered for the links down below. Okay. It's all free, it's no big deal. And so, anyway, I look forward to seeing all of you on the 26th and then coming back with you on the 1st for our, Bonanza Blowout series. And until then, I wish you a very Merry Christmas if that's what you celebrate. Happy holidays, happy all holidays, whatever you're celebrating, okay? I don't leave anyone out. So, however you celebrate, I hope that you are with friends and family that you love. Hope you're eating something tasty. And let's all look forward to a very happy 2025. All right? See you on Thursday. Have a great day, and thanks for watching. Thanks for sharing.